Oh, well, what a day. I decided to go ahead and put about an hour a day on this engine here while I'm trying to put it back together. So today I decided to tackle some of the water pump gasket, and basically get the timing cover and water pump situation completely perfect before I start putting on pulleys and brackets and stuff. So just to give you an update here, what we have here is the, this is just sitting in here, is the water pump mounted successfully to the timing block. And what I've done differently this time was use the Canton water pump gasket along with the timing cover Cometic timing cover gasket, and also Cometic water pump gasket instead of the cheap paper stuff. These have a steel core in the center, and they're made of some space-age material that doesn't allow for easy breakage or any kind of problems. I just want to make sure that we're using proper gaskets here. So what I did was use a thin layer of this good old stuff here. This is ultra black. Used a good bit of the entire tube on the timing cover and water pump gasket. Basically what I did was add a thin layer of ultra black all the way around all the mating surfaces of the timing cover and water pump gaskets on both sides, which allow for proper adhesion, and also hopefully it gives it that little extra layer of sealing I need to keep out any pesky leaks. Everything is torqued to spec, and I used grade 8 hardware where I could, along with a lock washer and regular flat washer. The only things so far on here that are not grade 8 are the 3 bolts used to mount the alternator bracket to the engine. And I got a little bit of a gripe here. I need to vent. I can't stand the way this is set up. I feel like this could have been engineered a lot better, but I know I'm using custom bracketry and stuff, but I just can't stand that the water pump itself doesn't mount right to the timing cover without having to utilize bracket screws. For example, I can't just, here's one of the water jackets right here for the water pump on this side, and it's got 3 bolts that basically keep that water pump tight to the timing cover. And what sucks is you got 2 of them here, which are cool. This allows you to bolt the water pump directly to the timing cover. You got 1 down here and 1 here. But what pisses me off is the top one, which is this one, is dependent upon, the bottom one here is dependent upon the bracket. So you got to put a spacer and a bracket and all this kind of shit in there, and then, hope that the aluminum on the brackets is enough, pressure to keep that sealed properly. I know it's a cool design. It looks good and everything else. It's just a pain in the ass when you're doing stuff like this. And also, what kind of pisses me off is this Tough Stuff water. This is a Tough Stuff water pump. Let me see if I got a box for one. Here's one up here. One of those right there. That's the exact same water pump that's on this engine. And they're really cool, and they're made in the USA, and they're chrome and they look pretty and everything else. But what pisses me off is that the bosses, or the mounting surfaces on the water pump, I guess in the plating process, they're not exactly square. So you're really, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of frustrating when shit like that isn't perfect. I just feel like, they charge so much money for this crap. They can take a little bit of extra time and make it perfect, Like, look at the boss on this water pump here. And get that to focus. See how that's like off drilled? It's like offset. I mean, I know it's in the right spot. It just, I don't know. I just feel like more time and attention to detail could go into this stuff for what they charge for it. So I'm just griping. Once this is all put together, yeah, it looks amazing. And it, better not friggin' leak, or I'm going to just put it up for a year. But, it's just, I don't know, just for the money they charge for this shit, shit should just be perfectly machined. So that's a little bit of an update. I'm going to try to keep doing a lot more videos here on the progress of this thing as it goes back together. I got the harmonic balancer down there, the damper, whatever you call it, that's just on there. you know, it's not been torqued down or anything. Of course, we all know that requires an impact wrench of 90 foot-pounds and the crank pulley. This is the crank bolt. This is what goes through the center of the harmonic balancer down there, and it goes into just basically threads into the crankshaft. So the only way to make sure that balancer like this is on perfectly is to use the impact on and make sure that she's pushed on perfect. So and also I went on ahead last night, and you'll see we got the oil sending unit all fixed there with the copper line, you know, supplying the gauge, which is really cool. And I'm going to do something interesting too. We know we have these gauges up here under the engine bay, which I don't want to get rid of because I do like the diagnostics right here while tuning. So I'm going to go ahead and run an additional oil and water gauge inside the car, hidden away. So the only person that can see him is me, so I can monitor everything that's inside. So what I ordered off of Summit last night was a T. So before I put the fuel pump on, I'm going to go ahead and T that, so I can run dual gauges, which will be pretty cool. And I'm also going to tap into my intake manifold over here and run a water gauge. So that's just a little bit of an update for those of you that are following. I appreciate all your comments and feedback, guys. It really does, you know, keep me going. You know, it's nice to see that someone out there is following it and someone's trying to build an engine, and you know, you guys are kind of going through the same crap. It's a pain in the ass. I mean, you know, you try to work a full-time job. I run a business, so I don't just work a full-time job. I'm pretty much working all the time. So it's a pain in the ass between phone calls and, you know, you got projects on your brain, and then you're out here trying to get into car mode, and you know, it's a lot of work. So kudos to everybody else that's sitting out there in their garages doing this kind of stuff. You know, I feel like us gearheads really don't get the recommendation, you know, not recommendation, but the credit, you know, for doing all this stuff. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, it's an engine, but they don't realize you put a lot of time and effort into it. So kudos to all you guys out there that are doing the same thing. So here's the workspace here for today. I gotta clean it up and get back in there and get back onto my work. But I know I did a video in the past about it, but I do want to reiterate the importance of using grade 8 hardware where you can use it. It's just so much better. You don't have to worry about the threads getting all shitty. You don't have to worry about anything cross-threading or anything like that. It's just definitely much better. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and upload this now for you guys to watch. And again, sorry for getting long-winded, but that's just how I do my videos. So, till next time, guys, see you later.